All right, believe it or not, even if this is a raw, off the cuff Game Awards thought process video, I thought long and hard about this video. I'm probably gonna piss somebody off with what I say, so I want to just put this in the beginning so people can understand. Number one, this is my opinion about the Game Awards. If you love the Game Awards, if you're a big fan of it, hats off to you. If you love all the nominations of 2024 and what they gave and what they put on there, you're probably going to be satisfied, content. You're going to be ecstatic. I'm not ecstatic for this at all. This is going to be kind of a rant on my side. So again, differing opinions, differing perspectives. If you can't handle that, this might not be the video for you. Secondly, I just want to say, for people that happen to be frustrated, I understand where you're coming from. Like, the Game Awards is a giant commercial. It's a giant fucking podium for Geoff to like go in and say, hey, I'm gonna charge people like $5,000, $50,000, let them get on stage, let them go ahead and mourn their dead friend for like 1 minute and tell them to wrap it up. It's always been awful, right? The way they sort of handle things and treated developers and just gouge them. Like, the Game Awards is shit, all right? We mostly bust in here to see the fucking trailers for the Game Awards, to see all the new trailers and shit that's coming out, then we leave. We don't give a fuck about anything else, even though it was funny seeing people get really mad at the Game of the Year for 2020, but that's besides the point, right? Even if I think that was funny as shit, the Game Awards just in general is a giant commercial, a giant advertisement. I remember getting struck down for watching something from the Game Awards, and it was a movie, a TV show, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I just want to enjoy this fucking conference with my friends, rip it to shreds, and I'm getting like struck down for it, right? I never really liked this show inherently, and it goes without saying this year. So I'm letting people know now. And what is your personal game of the year is your personal game of the year. I have no dictatorship over that whatsoever. You have your game of the year, I have mine. That's how it should be. And you should take that into stock and consideration first. That's the first thing you should care about. It doesn't really matter what Geoff Keighley says. What matters is what is your own personal game of the year for each year. That's the first thing you should be thinking about. That being said, let's get into what I feel about this and this whole rhetoric of nominating DLCs, expansion packs, you know, remakes, remasters. I talked about if remakes should be eligible for Game of the Year. And honestly, you can watch this video. It's gaming discussions. Should remakes win and or be nominated for Game of the Year? And I said yes. Under certain conditions, I agree this should happen if the remake is substantial enough to be like a remastering of not a remastering, a reimagining of a game where they build it from the ground up and everything's like totally new, like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think that is the perfect example of a game where it is not even remotely close to the OG because they changed so much and the gameplay is so different. The characters and the general story is still kind of there, but even they changed that. So that is what I consider to be a reimagining, where they take the game and they make a completely new lens, a completely new paradigm of what that previous game was back in the past, and they make something completely new. New gameplay mechanics, new story elements. I believe reimaginings should be in the running for Game of the Year. Silent Hill 2, Resident Evil 2 remake, I think those are fine for what they were, high quality games. And I said I believe that a reimagining will win Game of the Year a remake will win Game of the Year eventually one of these days down the line. It's gonna happen. Should it be one-for-one remakes where it's like the same exact game 100%, not really a lot of changes? No, I don't think that one-for-one remakes should be eligible, but reimaginings, yes. Remasters, no. That's what I feel, to break it down to you, and I made a video all on this. If we go into my statement, I said as much as I don't mind more representation for DLC, remasters, and expansion pack material, no, I believe that DLC should not be in the running for Game of the Year, and neither should general remasters. They shouldn't be in the running in general. You can easily merit those within its own category, and the same prospect would still be getting achieved. This is undermining fuller-fledged games. Now I know this point is where people are going to argue, hey, that Elden Ring DLC, that feels like a completely new and fuller-fledged game, even more hours put into it than most fuller-fledged AAA games. Fair enough. I still don't think it should be nominated because in general principle it is a DLC, and you're basically like, you have new levels, right? And you have maybe a new weapon or something, but it's still the same husk of what you're playing. It's still kind of like the same game, where it's like, me liking reimaginings, they're still kind of making a new game around that same skeleton. They still are taking into consideration that we have to not do the same thing 100% that we did 20 years ago. We have to shake it up. We have to change things, and that's fine. There's some changes there, and there's some changes in DLC expansions, but the gameplay is still going to be 100% similar. It's not going to be a drastic super change in the DLC. Like Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island, that still plays the same as Ghost of Tsushima. They just give you a little bit more on top of it, whereas I feel like a reimagining gives you a lot more with a differing gameplay husk and skeleton. And I think this nomination of Elden Ring being here is stupid. All right, I don't like this at all. I feel like DLC and expansions, they deserve its own slot somewhere else to be categorized and worshipped and respected. That's fine, but I don't think it deserves to be here. In my opinion, Elden Ring already had its glory in 2022 when it won Game of the Year. Once again, nobody is taking that glory away from Elden Ring. What is done is done. It is the past. It got its due diligence. It's fine. But I have to ponder and ask, why the fuck are we putting a DLC for Elden Ring as the front runner again for Game of the Year? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, why does it deserve to win Game of the Year twice? I don't understand that shit. Pick something else. Pick something else that's worthy of winning the Game of the Year nomination. If anything, I would pick Astro Bot. Why? Because once again, Sony is someone who has not done a lot of stellar things with platformers or older IPs as of late. They've been banking on live service, and it's been going pretty trash. All right, no one can dispute it. It's right in front of us. We finally got a super good platformer. I believe that Team Asobi deserves the credit for putting out a damn good game. And if not Astro Bot, why not Final Fantasy Rebirth, right? That was a damn good reimagining. People seem to like it. What about Metaphor? Metaphor is on here. Why not have that win? That has like a high score in the 90s and everything. When we get to Black Myth Wukong, I believe this game is a fucking industry plant. I'm sorry. That's just my thoughts. That's my process. Like, it once again appears to me like that game just got sold on all the money it made alone, and that was it. And most people seem to say that is super artificially difficult and the bosses aren't that great. I'm not hearing great things about this game, and plus there's a culture war behind it as well, which is so insufferable and annoying, and I'm tired of hearing about this game. That's why I didn't buy it and pick it up myself and play it. It's like I'm just done hearing about Black Myth Wukong. All right, I don't want it on my list, on my radar. Industry plant game, overglazed. That's what I think about it. Then we have a card game, Balatro. Why is a card game here? All right, why in the fuck is a card game here? There's never been any sort of like fucking gambling games, poker games, any of that nature in the Game of the Year running before this. So why the fuck do you think it's a good idea to do this now? I don't understand. Like, what? Has there ever been like a football game or a fucking poker game or fucking poker chips or chess or fucking blackgammon in the Game of the Year running? No. So why now? Why now of all things? Like, I'm sure people are gonna say, oh, there's a Renegade, this game is good. I don't know what you're talking about. It's really a good game. So it's fucking Uno, but I'm not gonna pick Uno to be part of the Game of the Year running, the biggest award you could take home. And it's gonna go to a card game. Like, why is a card game in the nominations? I don't get it. I don't understand. Likely it's gonna go to Elden Ring, but once again I have the same criticisms. Like, we gave this game its glory. It's a DLC expansion pack. Have it for best expansion of the year and leave it there. Why does it have to be a Game of the Year? And one thing I find very weird, and I'm gonna show you with the screen cap, is that this is the first time they've done this, right? You know, usually I go back in the past, I think about the Game Awards and I say, when has the last time happened where they put an expansion into the Game of the Year running? And I don't think it ever happened. I remember them worshiping and praising the expansion for Witcher 3 that was Blood and Wine, but it was not Game of the Year. It was best expansion, best DLC. Why not do that? Why not keep it regulated to that? I don't understand this thinking process. And there's a screen cap. I'm not gonna name names from this person. I feel like they are better being anonymous. But they said, so I used the Wayback Machine to check if the Game Awards statement about using expansions, DLCs, and remakes were there from the beginning, just because I was curious. It doesn't seem to appear there until literally a day ago, November 15th, because it doesn't appear even on November 13th. And he shows the web archive of, you know, what has been preserved. And he shows this new ruling going into place a day ago, November 15th. I want you to put your thinking caps on for a second. There is a reason why I'm saying this. It's because expansion packs and DLC being in the Game of the Year contendership, the only reason they did this, and the reason why you can't find any previous statements on this whatsoever in the Wayback Machine, and the reason why they did this just now, is to give Elden Ring the victory, right? There's no other logical reason. If there was no expansion packs beforehand in the Game of the Year contendership until now, then the only reason they changed it was because they want to do something different and give Elden Ring the win twice. And we know Geoff Keighley likes to go ahead and put his cock into FromSoft's ass. Like, it's common sense. He does this all the time. It's what he does. I'm not surprised if it does win because of this rule change, right? And it is a rule change right in front of you. You can love this game to death. It is what it is. The proof is in the pudding. They never put an expansion pack into the Game of the Year contendership before. Never been done before until now. So the reason why is because he wants to, you know, put his dick into fucking FromSoft. So it's like, bro, I don't like this at all. This is like prime top tier Shadow Rules 101. Just to have a DLC win and to do an upset and to get all eyes on your pretty little show, Geoff, because I know how you fucking think and it's pretty stupid. Like, just the way this guy is, and how he says wrap it up, and he rushes people off stage, and he gouges people. He wants like fucking 500K to show off a trailer. Oh, that's a great job to kill anyone who wants to be at that show to showcase their game. You gotta pay $250,000 to fucking be there. Like, this is bullshit. All right, and I can smell it clear as day, and that's how I feel about it. They're also snubbing Silent Hill 2. Like, that's why I don't think that the games they have should even be there. Like, you don't need Elden Ring DLC. Take that off. Put fucking Silent Hill 2 on there. Take off Balatro or whatever, a card game, which I'm sure people like. I'm not saying people can't like it, but you could take that off and you could put something else. See what we had avoided on the list. He says Space Marine 2. I haven't played it, but I want to get deep into it as soon as I get it on Xbox. I'm sure it's going to be a fun time. Stellar Blade, yeah, I don't like Stellar Blade. I think it's mid, but that's just me. Helldivers 2, that was a fun game. I played that. I don't think it should be Game of the Year worthy, but maybe best multiplayer. That'd be nice. Tekken 8, again, best fighting game. It's probably gonna take that. Silent Hill 2, a banger. That should be up there. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Why not? A lot of people are well receptive to Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Why is that not on there? Animal Well, a well-received game. Dragon's Dogma 2, I mean, sure, probably you can see something like that. I think the Game of the Year contendership should have been a little bit more expansive to have these great games on there. Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, I heard a bunch of cool shit. Instead, we get a DLC nomination. This show is for the birds, man. Each and every single time, they're always doing something that I heavily disagree with. I'm sure, once again, like I said, it's fine if people are Elden Ring freaks and they love it and they want to get heavily into it. They say yes, 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 this is gonna win Game of the Year twice, but it's just like, it's a DLC. It's not even a new sequel that builds more and more and more on the core. It's an expansion pack, and I never seen a fucking expansion pack before nominated as Game of the Year, which is once again equivalent to the screenshot I showed from the anonymous source where he said that this never happened until last week. It's never happened until now. Of course, remakes have been up there, but never DLCs, new game seasons, and expansion packs. I just don't remember those winning Game of the Years, especially expansion packs. And if you're upset at Silent Hill 2 not being nominated for Game of the Year, I mean, it has like 5 categories. I'm sure it might win one. Best voice actor, I don't know. It's gonna be between Luke Roberts and Cody, who did Cloud and Final Fantasy. I think it's down to those two. I hope Luke wins. I'm rooting for him. I hope he gets recognition, and he deserves it because he kind of killed that role, to be honest. Like, it hasn't been a lot of well acted games, in my opinion, this year in terms of like characters that really stick with you and resonate. A couple, but not really a lot, in my opinion. So I do believe it falls down to Cloud and James Sunderland. Really, just, and it could be probably a handful of more, but I can't really think of anyone memorable right now. Either way, like I said, this is just insanity to me. I don't like it per se. I think you could take out the card game, you could take out Wukong. I think Wukong could go too, and the DLC, and you could probably shuffle them in with other games that are kind of peak, to be honest, or expand the list to have like more entries to be nominated instead of 6, because I think even just 6 is really kind of stupid. I think maybe like 7 or 8 for Game of the Year. It could be a really crazy and interesting contendership, but this is just, it seems lame to me. It seems like they just pulled Baltro out of nowhere just to snub Silent Hill 2 and say, hey, we have nothing left. It's nothing left over here. or any other game that scored like really well. It's like nothing left over here. Just as long as Konami is off the table, because I am Geoff Keighley, I really don't like them, even though they are improving. Let's just put them to the wayside. Elden Ring once again, yay! And I just think it's outplayed. It's overrated stuff they're going with here. It's the obvious pick. It's nothing really substantial to me. I would have had it different, where there's more like entries, and everything else is just fluff, really. A lot of people said it's a lot of other games in weird categories, like best ongoing game. Is some weird categories there, but I'm just focusing on game of the year so far, and I find this to be a travesty, and most people seem to agree that a DLC really shouldn't be there. An expansion pack really shouldn't be there, and there's other people that do. But you know, I think it's cool across the board. Just me personally, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this. I would do things differently, and I believe that best expansion should have its own category. Best PC game, its own category. Like I always thought that Geoff Keighley was a fucking mess with this stuff, for real, in terms of how he categorized things for the Game of the Year nominations, as well as some of the things for deserving categories as well. At this point, the video is kind of over. I'm just gonna take like a few minutes to go through the other categories. I might have mentioned Cloud and Luke Roberts before earlier in the video, and maybe I got that mixed up with the Golden Joystick Awards, but for here it's like it's Aerith's voice actor going against Luke Roberts for the two contenders, and I think Luke's gonna win hands down. I think he's gonna take that. I'm just looking into the other things. Best accessibility, I don't really care about this category. Best accessibility, I didn't even know COD had accessible features. It probably does have a lot though. Black Ops 6. I'm just reading through as we go along here. Games for Impact, Hellblade 2 got something. I believe though Tales of Kinzera, Zao, that might take it. That may take the whole thing, because the guy dedicated the game to his father. Best ongoing game, someone said they believe that Helldivers 2 shouldn't even be here because it basically just came out not too long ago. Best ongoing game should be the game that has evolved over time and had a lot more room to breathe. So I'm thinking like maybe years. Like Fortnite makes sense to be on here, honestly. So does Destiny and Diablo, but I'm not sure about Helldivers. I don't know, man. Best community support. Why do you need this category? Community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity. What the fuck? Inclusive of social media activity, and that gets an award for game updates and patches. I don't know. It feels like community support and ongoing game probably could be like condensed. Maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. Or it could be like in best multiplayer or something. I don't know what it could be. Best independent game, Animal Well, not the card game again. Best indie game, the card game again. God damn it. Best mobile game, the fucking card game again. At least best mobile game, it makes sense here to be here. Not game of the year. What the fuck? Okay. Best VR game, Arkham Shadow. That story, hands down. Mwah, beautiful, beautiful, like a Swedish meatball. It's beautiful, man. It's like I went to Donny Vito and I took out my Tommy gun. I shot a guy yesterday for being a fucking idiot, a fucking waste of life, for spilling his red wine on the floor. It's just like, hey, forget about it. Hey, forget about it. Best action game. Oh my god. Well, Stellar Blade's in here for something, I guess. Or for the people that really care about that game. I don't. Warhammer, Space Marine 2. That might be the shit right there. Damn, they really don't have nothing this year for like awesome hack and slashes. Now that I think about it, like it's just a couple, and they didn't really impress me. So I would pick probably Space Marine 2 or COD. I at least play COD. I pick fucking COD. So I'll pick fucking COD. And COD is I'll give it best action adventure. Silent Hill 2. Out of the ones I played, Silent Hill 2. Best RPG. Damn, Rebirth. Easy. After looking at that, I haven't played Metaphor yet, but I really do want to play that one, and Dragon's Dogma 2 as well, and Like a Dragon, because I played the Yakuza Ishin game and I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm pretty sure, like, I really fucking like that game so much, and I'm pretty sure if I play 7 and 8 I'm gonna like that too, because I don't mind turn-based games. That might appeal to me a lot, actually. I can't wait to get into that. Best fighting game. Ooh, I need to play Sparking Zero. They got MVC Fighting Collection. Oh my god. I like Multiverses. That's like a runner-up, but I would say Tekken 8 out of what I played. Best family game, Astro Bots. Best sim strategy game. I lean to Kinitsugami. That's one I really want to review. I'm pretty sure everything else here. Unicorn Overlord. I heard of that game before, but I haven't touched it. Best racing game. Well, at least they still have that. Racing and sports. I don't know. Like, nothing in there really appeals to me. Maybe WWE, but I haven't played a wrestling game since fucking SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, so I couldn't tell you. Best multiplayer game. Oh, Helldivers. I give it to Helldivers. I think I gave COD best action, so best multiplayer as Helldivers in my opinion. Best adaptation. I don't really have much to say for this because I have not seen any of these. I really have not. I only believe that Arcane, with the way people are raving about it, it's between Arcane and Fallout. I heard Knuckles was kind of mid. It kind of falls off. It's not really that great. Same for Like a Dragon, which I hear is worse. Like, a lot of people just shit on that one, and people say Tomb Raider Legend of Lara Croft is kind of whatever, but I do want to watch it and engage my own opinion about what I feel about the show, because I think that's more pertinent. It's been a lot of grifting on that show too, which is why I just don't look on the other side of the fence in terms of like gauging opinions there. I'd rather watch it myself and see how it is really, without all the grifting stuff, because that is not needed in my life. I don't need to wage my opinions on grifters. Most anticipated game. Ooh, now this one's good. This one's good. Death Stranding 2. You know, I talked a lot of shit about Death Stranding in the past, but Death Stranding 2 on the beach, the trailer looks kind of alright in my opinion. It looks alright. I'm kind of liking that one a little bit. It seems to be a more goofy, wackier Death Stranding. Guitar lightning bolts, like that shit is awesome. I might actually play that one. Ghost of Yotai. Obviously, I like Tsushima. It's not perfect. I liked it. I feel like they could expand on it, and this might be the game to do so. I'm looking forward to pretty much all of these. Grand Theft Auto 6. Obviously, I'm a big GTA guy. I love Grand Theft Auto, jacking cars, beating hookers, doing all that crazy shit. Metroid Prime 4. I love Prime as well. I played 1, really loved it. 2 was awesome. Fucking the Dark Samus battle was crazy. I really enjoyed that. Monster Hunter Wilds. I also like the beta for that, so I'm looking forward to all of these. I would say hype level, I want to see what they do with GTA 6 the most. That's the game I want to see the most. I'm looking forward to that, like, really hard. But the other ones are still like very good picks regardless. Content creator of the year, I don't know any of these fucking people. I'm not bullshitting any of you guys. I don't know any of these dudes that they be picking for content creator of the year. Put Maximilian, that's all I care about. Put Maximilian there. Content creator of the year in my opinion. That's who. Put Vince Status up there. Fucking just people I fuck with. I don't know. I don't know any of these people, man. Put the Birdman on there. Just fuck it. Like, none of these people, maybe they do deserve the credit, but just to me, I don't know any of them, so I can't really vote for any of them. I can only vote for the people I watch. Best esports. I don't give a fuck about esports for real. And the games that are on here, I have not even. Oh, I know this is gonna piss people off, but I did not like Counter-Strike when I played it. I was not a fan of it. Getting sniped with an AK-47, no, that's not for me. Best esports athletes. What? They got an athlete category for this? I don't know. These dudes, it's a dude that's just named 33. What the fuck is that? 33, that's my name. Number 33. Suck my 33rd dick. Best esports team, I don't give a fuck. It's like, what? League of Legends, Counter-Strike, League of Legends, fucking Dota 2, Team Liquid. I don't care, man. I don't care about any of that. It's like, it's so many of these awards you can bin, like best esports athlete. Okay, we're gonna watch someone's fucking abs and then the fucking sweat just drip down on their fucking sack, and like people vote for that shit. Like, why would you do that? Hell no. All right. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my god. This might be more like spicy than the rest of the video. Okay, I looked at best sim strategy. Let me go up. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything at all? No, I think I covered almost everything. Yeah, it says Silent Hill 2 for best adventure indie game. I think I talked about that. Community support. Just trash fucking you know, update there. Category games for impact, they're gonna give it to Zao. Maybe I could be wrong though. I don't know. I'm surprised I see Hellblade 2 nominated, considering how many people like kind of crapped on that. Oh, best audio design. Shit, damn. I'm gonna say it's a toss-up between Hellblade 2 and Silent Hill 2. Yeah. Best score and music. Fuck. Fuck. I'm gonna say, you know, as much as I shit on Stellar Blade, it does have a stellar OST, so it could be between that, Silent Hill 2, and I haven't heard the score for Metaphor. Maybe I gotta hear it. If it's any good, if it's just like Persona 5, just as good as that, then maybe. But I don't know. I think it's between Silent Hill 2 and Stellar Blade. Like, you can't lose with Akira on the Silent Hill soundtracks, and Stellar Blade's OST, for the less positive things that I can say about that game, has a banging OST. Best art direction. I like skipped a bunch of shit, by the way, earlier, so I'm just now getting to it. Oh, Metaphor or Astrobot for me. Best narrative, Silent Hill 2. It wasn't really a lot of strong contenders outside of maybe Like a Dragon, and that's it. I don't think Rebirth is. I don't know. It has some cool shit though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really that far into it, but I do like the story so far. So it's probably between those three. Yeah, Silent Hill 2, Rebirth, and Infinite Wealth. I haven't played Metaphor, so I can't really comment on the story there. Best game direction. See, this is like a bunch of shit that could be homogenized into something else. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Astrobot, I guess, by that description alone. And then you have the game of the year. Right, this is personal game of the year. Again, fuck the card game. Get Wukong out of there, get the DLC out of there. I would put Silent Hill 2 somewhere. And as I said before, I think the most deserving, at least in this selection, is Astrobots. I believe that That would be the wake-up call to say, Sony, look, people care about platformers, let's go, chop chop, let's go. That would be a great, like, recognition for Team Asobi. It really would. After all this time, after, you know, putting out the first one, the first Astro game, Astro's Playroom, and bringing this banger, I believe they deserve it the most. Although I think the DLC is gonna win, I'm sorry. It's just what I feel. So that is my rundown. This was an extra piece of credit that I was not going to put into the video, but I decided, hey, why not? Also, goddamn, I gotta get Sparking Zero because I don't know, maybe best fighting game for me could change. And I haven't played Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, but I did hear that 2B was in that game, and I like kicking her ass. Why not? I gotta get MVC as well, man. I gotta get on the train for Marvel. Most of these games I'm gonna probably pick up around Christmas. I'm definitely gonna pick up some stuff around there and see some new action and get into that and see what we can pop off with. But comment below, let me know how you feel about these nominations. I probably missed something. I probably did. Best family game. Did I miss that one? I'm not even sure. Astro Bot again. But comment below, let me know what you think, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves, be good people, and laters.